Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just going to dive into Bitcoin, big on the CoinsKid crew. So right now, Bitcoin is floating around about that $17,500 mark, isn't it? We're going to dive into the charts in a minute, but the total market capitalization of crypto here at the moment is still under the $1 trillion market cap. Now, I think if we can sort of get back above that $1 trillion market cap, currently floating at around about 895, I think if we can get an injection and get back above that $1 trillion market cap and go for a few months holding that as support as well, I think that nice psychological level for the crypto market caps there, we could begin to get a little bit more confident about the bottom being in as well, okay? But I would imagine, if you do start to see this shoot up towards $1 trillion, that in itself is a psychological level, and we will see a level of resistance at that point where you might get some kind of pullback. And the bottoms are all about the pullbacks. You realize that, okay? So we shoot up, everyone gets really excited, but it's all about the pullback. If you pull back and you create a higher low and you hold that level of support and then you go again and you break the previous local high, then you're in an uptrend. So at the minute, we have to identify the trend as being a downtrend, because clearly we are in a downtrend. And anything that's coming up, unless it starts to hold that and maintain that as support, then you are still in that downtrend. Now we're going to dive into the charts in a moment, but one thing I want to show you is the DXY. Let's take a look at the DXY right now, okay? So if we take a look at the DXY on the weekly, we did get this massive broadening pattern, didn't we? The 3 points of contact, like I said to you, big broadening ascending wedge, which is a bearish pattern. I think we've got bearish divergence as well, haven't we? Just there, and we begin to break down. So this thing's pulling back. I would keep an eye on this. If this gets really oversold down here, I would expect some kind of relief rally here. Now the technical target that I'm looking at for the DXY, which is bullish for crypto and risk on assets, is this pullback towards this orange line, okay, which is around about 101, because that's the technical target in the sense that what you've done, you've created this pattern. So always, like I've taught you, always the technical target is where you first created the pattern. So for me, this would be the technical target, and I would expect the DXY to bounce at that point. But what you're doing here, you've had two closes under the weekly EMAs. So right now on the weekly time frame, the DXY has actually entered a downtrend. So what we're looking for here for the DXY is the fact that this could be some kind of A. We have a lower high B, and then we've got a larger C. Now this would be really, really good for crypto, okay? And this is something I've been anticipating for a very long time, that if we take a look on the 12-month time frame here for the DXY, this is ultimately bullish, okay? But we've got this massive falling wedge. We've broken out, fell back to support, and then we're going again. So I think, this is on its way up, basically, but when it comes back and runs into these fibs, I think that you've got opportunity here. So if we drop this drawing out like this, I'll show you. I think that what we've done here for the DXY, we've ran into the 786, and this is one of the things I was forecasting last year as we're coming up. I said to you, look, if you take a look at the breakout, you run into the fibs and come back, run into the fibs and come back. So I think that this year, looking at this candle already, and the big pressure there, that big wick is represented by sell pressure, you can see that this is drawing back. So like I said to you, if this does draw back this year, which I anticipate back down to these EMAs, you're going to see a big red candle like you did on those years. Now if you take a look at the Bitcoin chart there, that's when Bitcoin rallied, and crypto did really, really well. So if this does come back to support, it's going to be a good time this year for crypto and risk on assets. And this is something I was anticipating, that come the end of the year, I should realistically find a video, but come the end of the year, we're going to see a big wick here below the 786, and this is where we're going to get a big red candle, which is going to be bearish for the DXY, but all it's doing, it's coming back to support for the continuation of the trend and the technical breakout targets, which is this point of contact and this point of contact, because at the minute all it's doing is retracing, but it's not just going to go up in a vertical line, okay? And this is something I'm trying to convey to you, that these pullbacks, these swings are opportunity. So right now we've got Bitcoin that's potentially bottomed, and crypto that started the year relatively well, and stocks, and we're drawing back, okay, with a massive bearish candle. Look at that big wick right there. That's pressure. So this could be an opportunity this year to get the pullback in the DXY, come back down to the 20 EMA at least on the 12-month time frame right here, on the yearly time frame, just to hold support, get a retest of support before going again. So it's opportunity, isn't it? And there's other charts that we can look at to identify opportunity. Again, no guarantees, no crystal ball, but it is doing what we want it to do if we're looking at some kind of pullback and we're looking at appreciation for crypto right there and risk on assets, okay? So we'll keep an eye on this going forward, but so far so good. We've started the year relatively well, and Bitcoin and crypto projects are flourishing at the minute, okay? But we need to see the follow through. We need to see run into resistance, come back to support, run into resistance, come back to support, and we need to start seeing an uptrend like that, and we need to start seeing crypto and especially Bitcoin getting back above those key weekly EMAs, okay? And I will keep you updated on the progress of it on a daily basis. But right now, let's dive into the Bitcoin chart and look at some key levels of resistance and support, okay? Looking at Bitcoin chart on the daily, there is a case that this could be the bottom right now, but obviously what I want to see is some kind of V-shaped recovery here, come up and take out key resistances, because I think all you're doing at the moment off this low here, you're simply retracing to this high. Okay, so I'm going to go through this with you. I think that what you've got is an impulsive wave 1, corrective wave 2, then you've got a big impulsive wave 3, corrective wave 4, and right now this is an impulsive wave 5. Okay, and usually what we do usually see in an impulsive drive is it ends after 3 impulsive waves to the downside with 2 corrective waves, whether or not you're going up or going down. This is how we look at it. Okay, so I think that the trend is running out of steam basically. So anyone saying that we're going to do something like this and continue, I think there's not much substance in that, to be honest with you. And I think that what we've got, we're running out of steam, and you can clearly see we are, because this wave 1, in my opinion, this big impulsive move to the downside was around about 51% before it began to retrace back up to where it came from, got rejected, and then you've got your big wave 3 just there. Okay, so we can clearly see this is a massive wave 3, and it's measured by minus 63% to the downside. Then what we did, we came up in a sharp wave 4 retracement, a corrective wave, just like this was sharp. Look at that, some kind of flag, and then boom, we've dropped again. And we've got confirmation that we have dropped, because obviously we've lost this 1 fib, which is currently resistance. See this low here that we're putting in June? This is where we're finding a bit of resistance right now, with a potential kind of ascending triangle down here, which is a bullish reversal pattern. So if this breaks and holds a support, I think you could begin to get confident about the bottom being in. But what we're looking for is that the trend is running out of steam. Like I've always said to you, the trend is your friend until the end. Break the trend, make a new friend. What we need to do is break out of this downtrend. So clearly we're in this downtrend like this, coming down. If we can start to come up and take out that resistance, you're breaking out. And equally, if you start to take out that high, there's absolutely no question you're breaking out of the downtrend and you're starting to close above key levels of resistance. But until then, we have to respect the trend that we are in, and it is a downtrend, unfortunately. But what we do see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and like I've always said to you, the trend moves in 5 waves. Okay, so I think that this is a big C wave. I think that potentially this here is the end. If not, we've got one more leg to go within this wave 5. So usually towards the end of a trend, you do run out of steam. You start it quite powerfully, you have your retracement, your big powerful third wave, which is represented by the minus 63% drop, and at the minute from this high here, which is potentially some kind of wave 4 retracement back up to this high that we put in way back in March, boom, we've dropped. Confirmation, losing the 1 fib. Okay, so this was retracing, boom, dropped. Okay, so this has become some kind of wave 5 now, isn't it? But you can clearly see at the moment anyway, we've had a minus 38% drop. So this is qualifying as an exhausted trend basically, because just like we run out of buyers at the top, we run out of sellers at the bottom. Okay, so this minus 38% could indicate that the trend is over basically, because we have put in a little legwork there for a wave 5. So what we're looking for Bitcoin is to start to carve out some kind of reversal pattern here like this, which potentially it is, start to take out resistance, fall back to support and break. And if we start to see that, this is your bottom just there, okay, for Bitcoin. And you won't be going to 14k, you won't be going to 12k, you won't be going to 9k and things like that, because you've got your 5 waves in there, which is the end of a trend basically, isn't it? So we're looking to reverse that, and I know a lot of people are saying that this is some kind of impulsive move where you're going to have a retracement and you've got another impulsive move. Personally, I don't see that. I think that the impulsive, the corrective wave started here. Like I said to you, I think that this is an A, I think that's a B, an overshoot B, and a regular I, and I think right now this is your C wave. So all C waves come to an end, and at the end, the wave 5, if you can identify it, is absolutely maximum opportunity right there. So we could be in for a very good time, coupled with a DXY, which I've just shown you as well. Okay, so what we want to see going forward is Bitcoin take out that resistance for me. Okay, take out that resistance, start to carve out this beautiful Adam and Eve bottom down here, which potentially it is. Start to take it out like that. You've got your ascending triangle, start to come, hold a support, see you later, you're off. Okay, so we're looking at retracement levels right now. I'm going to go through this with you. So again, I'll just show you the trend moves in 5 waves: 1, 2, potential 3, 4, 5. Completed. I'd love to tell you it is, but I'm waiting for confirmation. Okay, so when this retraced here, this is a wave 2, this is a wave 1, this is wave 2, it retraced to this high. So we'll look at this retracement level from that bottom. Okay, you can clearly see that it got rejected off a 0.5 fib before rolling again. Okay, and then this wave 3, massive impulsive move to the downside, started to retrace. Let's look at the retracement levels back up to where it came from. You didn't even make the 382. It was a very weak retracement, some kind of shallow retracement before dropping again. Okay, right now potentially from this this low here that we put in November. All we're doing at the moment for the continuation of the trend is retracing to this high that we put in way back in August. Okay, so this is some kind of wave 4, and right now this is a wave 5. So we're looking for the completion of wave 5. Usually within the last wave you do kind of see some kind of 3-wave pattern or 4-wave pattern. Again, you got 1, 2, potential 3, 4, 5, another drop possibly, or some kind of A, B, C correction, job done, boom, it's going to start coming back upstairs. So what we need to see is this retracement levels that Bitcoin's going through at the moment. We need to start to see it come up. Now if you start to see Bitcoin come up and take out these levels of resistance here, the golden ratio, the 0.5 fib again, you're going to start a bigger retracement here than you have the entirety of coming down. Okay, so if we start to see Bitcoin coming up, run into the golden ratio at 20,951, I would begin to get really confident about the bottom being in. Okay, and most importantly, what we're looking for here is to break the 1 fib. Okay, so if Bitcoin can start to come up like this, carve out some kind of structural bottom over a long period of time, break that white line, take out the 1 fib at 25k, for me you've got an impulsive wave there that began off this low. Okay, of this beautiful W double bottom pattern down here, breaking out, looking lovely to get to them fibs right there. Okay, my minimal target would be the 1272 at 28k right there. Okay, for Bitcoin. So I wish I could tell you it's going to do it. I can't. No one can. No one's got a crystal ball. No one can guarantee anything in this space. You realise that the chance is there. The chance is there that this is the final 5th wave, obviously, but equally, you've got this opportunity that this could be some kind of retracement, and right now you're looking at another dump. Okay, for Bitcoin. So I wish everyone the utmost luck. I wish I could tell you what it's going to do, but I can't. Okay, I'll just keep an eye on it every day for you. So if we start to see Bitcoin coming up and taking out these levels of resistance and closing back above this key resistance here, the golden ratio at 20,951, I'll begin to get really, really bullish. Okay, so at the minute there is a possibility that there is some kind of W double bottom pattern that's emerging here for Bitcoin. Okay, so take a look at this, some kind of ascending triangle. You've got your low, your W bottom pattern in there, again large resistance. If you hold this and coil up, get price compression like that, I think you're going to break. Now the technical target for that would be from here to here. And if we do start to see the break for Bitcoin, I think you're on your way, and you could be confirming a W double bottom pattern, a large ascending triangle, price compression leading to expansion. You're going to break, and you're going to start to head towards the golden ratio just there for Bitcoin. Okay, so I wish everyone the utmost luck. I'll try and find all the levels of resistance support going forward, but one thing we're looking for here is to break the 1 fib up there, taking out this white line. For me, you're an impulsive wave, and I will be looking at 1618 around about $34,140 for you for Bitcoin. Okay, hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.